Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We're on question number 25 of the Grade 7 2007 Gauss paper. Okay, so hopefully you've given it a shot. If not, feel free to read it with me and then pause the video and try it out. Or as I've said previously, you can download a copy of the contest by clicking the very first link in the description. But let's take a look at question 25 here. The CMC reception desk has a tray in which to stack letters as they arrive. Starting at 12 o'clock, the following process repeats every 5 minutes. Step 1. 3 letters arrive at the reception desk and are stacked on top of the letters already in the stack. The first of the 3 is placed on the stack first, the second letter next, and the third on top. Okay, so if we had a stack here, we'd place first letter in, second letter, third letter. Okay. Step 2, the top 2 letters in the stack are removed. Okay, so that happens after these 3 new letters have been placed. This process repeats until 36 letters have arrived and the top 2 letters immediately removed. Once all 36 letters have arrived and the top 2 letters have immediately been removed, no more letters arrive, and the top 2 letters in the stack continue to be removed every 5 minutes until all 36 letters have been removed. Okay. At what time was the 13th letter to arrive removed? Okay. Interesting. So every 3 letters. So what happens with this process? How about we write out a few steps here? So we'll ignore times, but after 5 minutes, well, does it start at noon? Starting at noon, the following process repeats every 5 minutes. So at noon, actually I don't know if it's noon, but 12 o'clock. So the first 3 letters arrive, and then instantly these ones go away, so we're left with just 1. So this is step 1 and step 2. Then at 12:05, and by the way, now 3 letters have arrived. 12:05, 3 new letters arrive, so now we're up to 6 letters have been around. So we had 1, and so we'll add in the 4th letter, the 5th letter, and the 6th letter. Then we'll take these 2 letters away, and we'll be left with 1 and 4. Okay. So you can start noticing a pattern. Now the 7th, 8th, and 9th letters will arrive, and then for step 2, they will be taken away, and we'll be left with 1, 4, 7 in our stack. And now we've got 9 letters. So we start to notice, 1, 4, 7. I'm going to guess the next one is 10. Okay, we can try that out. 12:15, we'll have 1, 4, 7, the 10th letter, the 11th letter, the 12th letter, but then these 2 letters go away with our next step. And we're left with 1, 4, 7, 10. The next one will be 13, and so on. Okay. So, after K repeats of the process, I don't want to repeat, kind of means that we're ignoring the first one because that's not a repeat, but after K applications of the procedure, yeah, that's a better way to say it. So after K applications of the procedure, 3 K letters will have arrived. It will have been 5 times K minus 1 minutes after the 12 o'clock. And our stack after step 2 will look like, and then we'll write it on the next side. So that'll be 1, 4, 7, 10. We'll get a bit more space. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, all the way up to, it'll be 3k minus 2. Because after the first time this whole thing is done, we're left with just 1, instead of the first time, so k, 3 times 1 and minus 2 is 1. After the second time the process is done, we're left with 3 times 2 minus 2, which is the 4th letter on the top. Okay. So, and we'll just make sure, yeah, we're reading that right. I'm very worried about the starting time, because you'll notice that these answers they all differ by 5. So if I'm misinterpreting how the process starts, we could be off by 5 and bubbling the wrong thing. But starting at 12 o'clock, the following process repeats every 5 minutes. To me, that reads as though the process is starting at 12. So this happens at 12. Okay. So, the process repeats until 36 letters have arrived. Okay, when have 36 letters arrived? Uh, 12. So K is 12 applications. Because we know 3K letters have arrived after the kth process, the kth application of the process. So K is 12. So that gives the 36 letters. Okay. So that's 12 times 12 minus 1 times 5 minutes. So that happens at 55 minutes after noon, or 12:55. So that's when the 36 letters happens. We take off those top 2 letters, and now our stack looks like 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16. It'll go all the way up to 34, won't it? 19, 22, 25, 28, 31, 34. And now, starting at 1, the top 2 letters go away. So that happens at 1. Then the next 2, that happens 5 minutes later at 1:05. Then the next 2 at 1:10. And then finally, and here's our 13th letter to arrive, that disappears at 1:15. Okay? Now, I'm willing to believe that maybe, if I'm completely misunderstanding the question, that it happens at, everything happens 5 minutes later. Maybe the process doesn't actually get run at noon. It's at 12:05 that the first letters come in which case the answer is 1:20, but I don't think I'm reading the question wrong, and so our answer is going to be 1:15, which is A. Not a bad question per se, but a little confusing. I think it would have been better if they had split everything up and, 1:15, 1:25, 1:35, 1:05, 12:55. That way you don't have this ambiguity of what does it mean to start at 12, the process repeats every 5 minutes. Because, as I say, it's a little confusing. But in general, it's a nice question. It's very nice algorithmic procedure. They have described it perfectly, modulo the starting time. But if something happens to a certain point, we recognize the pattern of the letters and how they've arrived with the stack, and then it's just removed 2 each time. I would have liked to have seen this question, maybe not with 36, but with something a little bigger, something where we had, maybe first 100 letters. Because at the end, I was able to write out the stack in its entirety and just say, okay, take these 2 off, take these 2 off, take these 2 off, take these 2 off. Whereas with 100, I feel like I would have had to do a little bit more calculation. But that's okay. We're done our grade 7 Gauss paper. So that was question 25. That's the last one. We're done. If you're looking for a bit of a challenge, I'll be starting the 2007 grade 8 Gauss in a little bit. But of course, if you want just more grade 7 Gausses, feel free to browse my channel. And I will see you guys in whatever math video you choose to watch next time. Have a wonderful day.